Hello and welcome to Talking Hockey with Tali and Terry. Terry will not be here for the predictions of the 2009 hockey playoff race. He'll be here for the topics later. Let's start with the Western Conference. 1 versus 8, the San Jose Sharks versus the St. Louis Blues. Pretty decisive game. The San Jose Sharks will take that. 2 versus 7, the Detroit Red Wings versus the Anaheim Ducks. If Miller comes back, if Jaguar comes back, it could be more of a decisive game, but I still think Detroit will take them on in Game 5. 3 versus 6, the the Vancouver Canucks versus Columbus Blue Jackets, I think Vancouver will take that in Game 5. 4 versus 5, the Chicago Blackhawks versus the Calgary Flames. I think that game will go to Game 7, and the Calgary Flames will take it. There's no one in contention anymore. The playoff races are set. 1 versus 8 for the Eastern Conference, the Boston Bruins versus the Montreal Canadiens. I think the Boston Bruins will take that pretty decisive game. 2 versus 7, the Washington Capitals versus the New York Rangers. Will Sean Avery get under Ovechkin in their skins? I don't think so. I think Washington will still take that one. 3 versus 6, the New Jersey Devils versus the Pittsburgh Penguins. I believe Fleury and Sidney Crosby can take on Brian Rolston and Brodeur to beat that in Game 5. 4 versus 5, the Philadelphia Flyers versus the Carolina Hurricanes. Carolina's been on a hot streak, so I believe they'll take that one in Game 5. There's also no one else in contention for that as well. Who can clinch what seeds matchups this Saturday? Number 4, the Philadelphia Flyers can clinch the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference if they get more points from their game against the New York Islanders than both the Carolina Hurricanes and the Pittsburgh Penguins get from their games against New Jersey and Montreal, respectively. Number 5, the Carolina Hurricanes can clinch a 4th seed in the Eastern Conference if they beat the New Jersey Devils, and the Philadelphia Flyers get no points against the New York Islanders. Number 6, the Pittsburgh Penguins can clinch the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference if they beat the Montreal Canadiens, and the Philadelphia Flyers get no points against the New York Islanders, and the Carolina Hurricanes get no points against the New Jersey Devils. Number 7, the New York Rangers can clinch 7th seed in the Eastern Conference if the Montreal Canadiens get no points against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Western Conference. If Number 1, San Jose Sharks can clinch President's Trophy if they beat Los Angeles, or if they get 1 point at Los Angeles and the Boston Bruins get no points against the Buffalo Sabres, or if the Buffalo Sabres get no points against the if the Boston Bruins get no points against the Buffalo Sabres. Number 3, the Vancouver Canucks can clinch the Northwest Division if they get at least 1 point against Colorado Avalanche, or if the Calgary Flames get no points against Edmonton Oilers. Number 5, the Calgary Flames can clinch the Northwest Division if they beat the Edmonton Oilers, and the Vancouver Canucks get no points against Colorado Avalanche. And number 6, Columbus Blue Jackets can clinch the number 6 seed in the Western Conference if they get at least 1 point against the Minnesota Wild. Number 7, the Anaheim Ducks can clinch the number 6 seed in the Western Conference if they beat the Phoenix Coyotes, and the Columbus Blue Jackets can get no points against the Minnesota Wild. That was a tough sensei, all reading it off. But games tonight so far in this Saturday, the Carolina Hurricanes are facing the New Jersey Devils, Philadelphia against New York Islanders, Chicago versus Detroit, Vancouver versus Colorado, Buffalo versus Boston, San Jose Sharks versus Los Angeles Kings, Ottawa versus Toronto, Pittsburgh versus Montreal, Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Atlanta Thrashers, Washington against Florida, Minnesota against Columbus, Anaheim versus Phoenix, and Calgary versus Edmonton. Now heading to studio with Terry as he'll talk about our topics. Terry?
Hi, and welcome to Talking Hockey with Tali and Terry. I'm Terry, and our subjects this week are: is Sean Avery a coward? And should the Winnipeg Jets return? Okay, Sean Avery, he's not a coward. People think he's a coward. He's not. He gets under people's skin. That's his job. When he gets his chances, he converts. Sean Avery. Now we're going outside to Tali for his opinion.
Thank you, Terry. Standing outside, is Sean Avery a coward? From many perspectives, a way you can take this around. Maybe, maybe not. I think he can be a coward sometimes, but he all he tries to do is get under people's skins so teams will lose. But sometimes he takes it too far in that extent that it kind of just really aggravates people. But in more situations, I do not think he's a coward. But many people have situations. Later on, we'll answer our emails to do that. And when we get back, we'll be talking about the Winnipeg Jets return to the NHL. Stay tuned to Talking Hockey with Tali and Terry. Welcome back to Talking Hockey with Tali and Terry. Second, the topic of the day is, should the Winnipeg Jets return to the NHL? I believe yes, obviously, because I'm a Canadian. I make 7 Canadian teams, and it's always great to have another Canadian team in the hunt. But money-wise is a big issue. They have no arena that can play an NHL team, so you have to get a team. That's about $150 million right there. Also, they also have to get a salary cap that's $50 million right there. So you're looking at about $300 million just to get the team started. Venues will probably bring about $47 million. Other venues probably bring $3 million. So they'd be making about $100 million each year. But is it enough? I don't think so. But if the team gets more of a rebate from the city of Winnipeg, they may just happen. I hope it does return. But now heading up to Terry in studio.
Thank you, Tali, and my perspective on the Winnipeg Jets. And yes, I do think they should come back, but money-wise, I really don't think they can do it. There's a lot of room, and, you know, money is just a big issue. And, you know, they need players, and then there's too many teams in the Eastern Conference. There'll be too many spots. And then, now, we're going to go up to Tali to thank our sponsors.
On behalf of Talking Hockey with Tali and Terry, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Czech News, The Island Zone, and Island 30 with Dana Hutchings. Also, this concludes our Saturday show. We'll see you here back on Monday when the playoffs are soon to be starting.